to the Big Dumb Fun Show.
It's the Big Dumb Fun Show. We're online at BigDumbFunShow.com. Friend, fan, follow us on the Facebook, MySpace, YouTube, Twitter, Eventful, Reverb Nation, even Tumblr and the Google+.
My name is Venkman. Right on the other side of the wall right there is Aaron Nerk. And across from me, the one and only, ladies, watch out, Tony Treehole coming at ya! Sweet Tony T, super fan of the show, joining us in tonight. Rena on location. That's just the location is not here. She's gone. Flying in tonight, and
she's on relocation.
This is usually when we talk a little sports with a guy named Chris, but Chris at a company-wide retreat tonight, so he's also not going to be on the show as well. So, welcome to sports with a guy named Jeffro, and I'll start it out by saying, did you see that Chiefs game? Gnurk.
No.
Tony T.
No.
This sucks, you know?
Next on our agenda.
That's where, sports with a guy named Chris should be able to just carry the topic. Because we never know what he's going to talk about anyway.
I did see the game. I was working at Isle Capri, saying, hey, come on down, win some cash.
Not easy money. Is that old hat now? Is that gone? Is he dead?
Money has been
not
banned.
dead.
Easy money lives on, but
not
no
Isle
longer allowed
Capri.
to say easy money.
Uh-oh.
So apparently complaints. But so I'm watching the game. I'm at Isle Capri. I'm saying, hey, you won $100. And we happen to do the show, the contest where you're announcing somebody every 10 minutes. And so I'm like, man, it really kind of takes away from me being able to watch this game. But I'm almost kind of glad that I did not.
You're on a wireless microphone. Couldn't you just stand?
Just go to the sports bar and be like, all right, come on down. Let's just say
$10. Get out here.
I'm glad I didn't get a chance to really focus and watch the game because I would have been even more disappointed than I already was. As I understand, we had like 6 turnovers in the game. Like it was just absolutely awful. This was the battle for first place. You would think that we would excel when the division is sucking as well, but no. We lost our asses at this game, and really for no good reason. Like our guy, Hurricane Charles, right? He fumbled the ball a couple times, and that's just something that you don't do. It's something he doesn't do. He's like the leading rusher in the entire league. He just doesn't go fumbling the ball. I almost wonder if they took a dive. The new refs got in, and they're like, you know what, let's take a dive.
Isn't there a little bit more bigger news than just the Chiefs?
No, I'm just saying,
like
I was very upset.
The fact that they finally settled the dispute with the refs.
They did settle the dispute.
And they brought real refs back to the game.
Unfortunately, it took a play like that in the Monday night game. It took that big of a screw-up to say, hey, maybe we do need to have the real refs in there.
Yeah, the people that really are making the money that would have to pay these bills to realize that what they're paying for is professional referees.
What I don't understand
people
about
that don't have to, review a play over and over and over again and then ask for somebody else's input so they can determine if they're going to make a call or not, and then frequently making a bad call.
And the regular refs do make bad calls too, but it's like, it was just so.
Everyone was relieved.
You know what? At the very beginning of the Sunday Night Football with the Giants versus crap. I don't even know.
Versus crap? Is that a new team?
Versus crap. No, I can't even think. It was the Eagles? Yeah, it was Giants-Eagles.
Yeah, that's crap.
They started out the game with, welcome back refs. And the refs were waving and the crowd was going crazy. Like, we're glad to have you. But by the end of the game, when they're calling pass interference, they're like, what? You're an a-hole, man. Fans are all upset
We want
again.
the scab refs back.
Bring back the scabs. What do you think, though, about the Monday night game being fixed? Like, we're going to pay you off to make such a bad call that they're going to really want us back, because this whole thing was finalized really in the aftermath of that Monday night game.
Yeah, just hours practically.
Yeah, it was just like, oh man, we got to do something. This ain't good. Now, granted, they were in negotiations, but nobody was backing down. I don't even know what the end result was.
But the reality is maybe they weren't that far apart.
Could be.
And the whole issue about, hey, they're not full-time employees, they shouldn't get a retirement package, is really irrelevant to the game the next night or the next Sunday or the next Monday night game. You're talking about men that aren't going to get any money from these people for 10, 15, 20 years.
Yeah. And
there's games going on
right now.
With some sucky referees.
And
Right
I
now.
think the average was like $70,000 that these refs were losing by striking. Like they lost $70,000. That's insane because they're making average $10,000 a game.
$10,000 a game.
That's insane. That's nuts. And they missed all the preseason. They missed all up to 3 weeks in the regular NFL season.
But
I mean,
that's
it was just
the
insane.
beauty of it, though. Too is they were willing to say, "Listen, I'm going to take it in the shorts financially hopefully for a gain in the long run."
Yeah.
For all of us. And the owners who really probably didn't care. They didn't care until they got these other refs because they went out while they're negotiating in quote-unquote good faith at the same time filling the seats, going, listen, we got games to play. We need a ref. We got some uniforms over here, and we got some guys, and we're going to put them in these uniforms and send them out on the field to ref.
I mean, there's a lot of different rule changes if you're bringing these guys up from college football. Just a lot of different stuff going on. And these refs were just, they weren't prepared for it. They didn't probably think that they were going to have to do that on such a moment's notice. But the refs are back, and they're just as horrible as ever. The fond farewell feeling is not going to last very long with these refs. People are going to start to eventually hate them, and then we'll have some sort of normalcy in the National Football League.
And all will be right with the world.
And all will be right with the world, and then December 21st comes, and everything will all hell breaks loose, and it will all be for naught. But who knows? When we were talking about the big controversy, though, do you think that that was fixed? Do you think that maybe because here's what I don't get, that that particular touchdown was within the last 2 minutes of the game. Every touchdown now has to go under review. So not only did they make a bad call on the field, they reviewed it.
In the booth, yeah, that's
in the
what
booth.
Gets me too. Yeah,
it goes to the booth,
that?
and then they still made a bad call, which was an obviously bad call. That's what doesn't make sense to me. And so that's when I thought maybe this is this generation's way of taking a dive. These refs were paid off by the old refs to make bad decisions.
You think that the old refs paid off the new refs to take a dive?
Yeah, why not?
I like that.
Because I wasn't making $10,000 a game 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Why would I want to lose this job that I could maybe hold on to for how long?
These scabs weren't making anything.
Maybe they smelt the end of they saw the conference ending, so they're like, hey, let's make a couple extra bucks.
Yeah.
Throw the game, and there we go.
The embarrassing loss from the Jets also is making Mark Sanchez putting him
Niners,
out there.
woo-hoo.
They're thinking maybe they're going to bring in Tebow. Out with the old, in with the new.
Why not?
And Tebow may take the reins. Romeo Cornell on the Chiefs side of things, he's going to stick with Castle. Kansas City really has a knack for taking good quarterbacks and really just messing them up.